Clause 1. The allocation of seats in the House of the People to the states as readjusted on the basis of the 1971 census. And Clause 2. The division of each state into territorial constituencies as may be readjusted on the basis of 2001 census. Under this article, Article 83. Duration of Houses of Parliament. Clause 1. The Council of State shall not be subject to dissolution, but as nearly as possible, one third of the members thereof shall retire as soon as may be on the expiration of every second year, in accordance with the provisions made in that behalf by Parliament by law. Clause 2. The House of the People, unless sooner dissolved, shall continue for 5 years, for the date appointed for its first meeting, and no longer at the expiration of the said period of 5 years, shall operate as a resolution of the House, provided that the said period may, while a proclamation of emergency is in operation, be extended by Parliament by law for a period not exceeding 1 year at a time, and not extending in any case beyond period of 6 months after the proclamation has ceased to operate. Article 84. Qualification for membership of Parliament. A person shall not be qualified to be chosen to fill a seat in Parliament unless he, Clause A, is a citizen of India and makes and subscribes before some persons authorized in that behalf by the Election Commission an oath or affirmation according to the forms set out for the purpose in the third schedule. Clause B is in the case of a seat in the Council of States not less than 30 years of age, and in the case of seat in the House of the People, not less than 25 years of age. And Clause C possesses such other qualification as may be prescribed in that behalf by or under any law made by Parliament. Article 85. Sessions of Parliament, prorogation and resolution. Clause 1. The President shall from time to time summon each House of Parliament to meet at such time and place as he thinks fit, but 6 months shall not intervene between its last sitting in one session and the date appointed for its first sitting in the next session. Clause 2. The President may from time to time, subclause A, prorogue the houses of either house, subclause B, dissolve the House of the People. Article 86. Right of President to address and send messages to houses. Clause 1. The President may address either House of Parliament or both houses assembled together, and for that purpose require the attendance of members. Clause 2. The President may send messages to either House of Parliament, whether with respect to a bill then pending in Parliament or otherwise, and a House to which any message is so sent shall, with all convenient dispatch, consider any matter required by the message to be taken into consideration. Article 87. Special address by the President. Clause 1. At the commencement of the first session after each general election to the House of the People, and at the commencement of the first session of each year, the President shall address both Houses of Parliament assembled together and inform Parliament of the causes of its summons. Clause 2. Provisions shall be made by the rules regulation the procedure of either house for the allotment of time for discussion of the matters referred to in such address. Article 88. Rights of Ministers and Attorney General as respect houses. Every Minister and the Attorney General of India shall have the right to speak in and otherwise to take part in proceedings of either house, any joint sitting of the houses, and any committee of Parliament of which he may be named a member, but shall not by virtue of this article be entitled to vote. Officers of Parliament. Article 89. The Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the Council of States. Clause 1. The Vice President of India shall be ex officio Chairman of the Council of States. Clause 2. The Council of State shall, as soon as may be, choose a member of the Council to be Deputy Chairman thereof, and so often as the office of Deputy Chairman becomes vacant, the Council shall choose another member to be Deputy Chairman thereof. Article 90. Vacation and resignation of and removal from the office of Deputy Chairman. A member holding office as Deputy Chairman of the Council of States, Clause A, shall vacate his office if he ceases to be a member of the Council. Clause B, may at any time by writing under his hand addressed to the chairman resign his office, and clause C, may be removed from his office by a resolution of the council passed by the majority of all then members of the council, provided that no resolution for the purpose of clause C shall be moved unless at least 14 days notice has been given of the intention to move the resolution. Article 91. Power of the Deputy Chairman or other persons to perform the duties of the office of or to act as Chairman. Clause 1. While the office of Chairman is vacant or during any period when the Vice President is acting as or discharging the functions of President, the duties of the office shall be performed by the Deputy Chairman, or if the office of Deputy Chairman is also vacant, by such member of the Council of States as the President may appoint for the purposes. Clause 2. During the absence of the chairman from any sitting of the Council of States, the deputy chairman, or if he is also absent, such person as may be determined by the rules of the procedure of the Council, or if no such person is present, such other person as may be determined by the Council shall act as chairman. Article 92. The chairman or the deputy chairman not to preside while a resolution for his removal from office is under consideration. Clause 1. At any sitting of the Council of States, while any resolution for the removal of the Vice President from his office is under consideration, the Chairman, or while any resolution for the removal of the Deputy Chairman from his office is under consideration, the Deputy Chairman shall not, though he is present, preside, and the provisions of the Clause 2 of Article 91 shall apply in relation to every such sitting as they apply in relation to a sitting from which the chairman, or as the case may be the deputy chairman, is absent. Clause 2. The chairman shall have the right to speak in and otherwise to take part in the proceedings of the Council of States, while any resolution for the removal of the Vice President from his office is under consideration in the Council, but notwithstanding anything in Article 100, shall not be entitled to vote at all on such resolution or on any other matter during such proceedings. Article 93. The Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the House of the People. The House of the People shall, as soon as may be, choose two members of the House to be respectively Speaker and Deputy Speaker thereof, and so often as the office of Speaker or Deputy Speaker becomes vacant, the House shall choose another member to be Speaker or Deputy Speaker as the case may be. Article 94. Vacation and resignation of and removal from the offices of Speaker and Deputy Speaker. A member holding office as a Speaker or Deputy Speaker of the House of the People, Clause A, shall vacate his office if he ceases to be a member of the House of the People. Clause B, may at any time by writing under his hand addressed, if such member is the Speaker, to the Deputy Speaker, and if such member is the Deputy Speaker, to the Speaker, resign his office, and Clause C, may be removed from his office by a resolution of the office of the people passed by a majority of all the then members of the House. Provide that no resolution for the purposes of clause C shall be moved unless at least 14 days notice has been given of the intention to move the resolution. Provided further that whenever the House of the People is dissolved, the Speaker shall not vacate his office until immediately before the first meeting of the House of the People after the dissolution. Article 95. Power of the Deputy Speaker or other person to perform the duties of the office of or to act as Speaker. Clause 1. While the office of Speaker is vacant, the duties of the office shall be performed by the Deputy Speaker, or if the office of Deputy Speaker is also vacant, by such member of the House of the People as the President may appoint for the purpose. Clause 2. During the absence of the Speaker from any sitting of the House of the People, the Deputy Speaker, or if he is also absent, such person as may be determined by the rules of procedure of the House, or if no such person is present, such other person as may be determined by the House shall act as Speaker. Article 96. The Speaker or the Deputy Speaker not to preside while a resolution for his removal from office is under consideration. Clause 1. At any sitting of the House of the People, while any resolution for the removal of the Speaker from his office is under consideration, the Speaker, or while any resolution for the removal of the Deputy Speaker from his office is under consideration, the Deputy Speaker shall not, though he is present, preside, and provisions of clause 2 of article 95 shall apply in relation to every such sitting as they apply in relation to a sitting from which the Speaker, or as the case may be, the Deputy Speaker is absent. Clause 2. The Speaker shall have the right to speak in and otherwise to take part in proceedings of the House of the People while any resolution for his removal from office is under consideration in the House, and shall, notwithstanding anything in Article 100, be entitled to vote only in the first instance on such resolution or on any other matters during such proceedings, but not in the case of an equality of votes. Article 97. Salaries and allowances of the chairman and deputy chairman and the speaker and deputy speaker. There shall be a paid to the chairman and deputy chairman of the Council of States and to the speaker and the deputy speaker of the House of the People such salaries and allowances as may be respectively fixed by Parliament by law, and until provision in that behalf is so made, such salaries and allowances as are specified in the second schedule. Article 98. Secretariat of Parliament. Clause 1. Each House of Parliament shall have a separate secretarial staff, provided that nothing in this clause shall be construed as preventing the creation of posts common to both Houses of Parliament. Clause 2. Parliament may by law regulate the recruitment and the condition of the service of persons appointed to the secretarial staff of either House of Parliament. Clause 3. Until provision is made by the Parliament under Clause 2, the President may, after consultation with the Speaker of the House of the People or the Chairman of the Council of States, as the case may be, make rules, regulation, the recruitment and the condition of service and of persons appointed to the secretarial staff of the House of the People or the Council of States, and any rules so made shall have effect subject to the provisions of any law made under the said clause. Conduct of business. Article 99. Oath or affirmation by members. Every member of either House of Parliament shall, before taking his seat, make and subscribe before the President or some person appointed in that behalf by him an oath or affirmation according to the form set out for the purpose in the third schedule. Article 100. Voting in Houses. Power of Houses to act notwithstanding vacancies and quorum. Clause 1. Save as otherwise provided in this Constitution, all questions at any sitting of either House or joint sitting of the Houses shall be determined by a majority of votes of the members present and voting, other than the Speaker or person acting as Chairman as or Speaker. The chairman or speaker or person acting as such shall not vote in the first instance, but shall have an exercise a casting vote in the case of an equality of vote. Clause 2. Either House of Parliament shall have power to act notwithstanding any vacancy in the membership thereof, and any proceedings in Parliament shall be valid notwithstanding that it is discovered subsequently that some person who was not entitled so to do sat or voted or otherwise took part in the proceedings. Clause 3. Until Parliament by law otherwise provides, the quorum to constitute a meeting of either House of Parliament shall be 1/10 of the total number of members of the House. Clause 4. If at any time during a meeting of a House there is no quorum, it shall be the duty of chairman or speaker or person acting as such either to adjourn the House or to suspend the meeting until there is a quorum.